Last night, I saw a thumbnail that scared me. This one. My instinct was to read every available My Hero chapter, and I did that. I even recorded myself doing it. But I'm sad. I'm hurt because what I found in them chapters, man. I don't want to react to this, bro. I don't, bro. This is your first and last spoiler warning.
So everyone is asking us to talk about Bakugou's death.
Bruh.
Off the rip, ABD. I know this how you do, bro, but fuck, man. I think this my favorite character in My Hero is gonna die.
You, her, him, you, and more.
I need sleep. I need answers.
However, Bakugou's death is only the beginning, because we also found evidence why All For One is shitting bricks envisioning the second user of One For All. Let's be honest, your first reaction was probably
Fucking biblical.
because in chapter 362, the second user gives him Vietnam flashbacks because he looks awfully similar to Bakugou.
Bakugou!
To Deku, and the final quirk holding the secret to defeat All For One. Yes, you heard that.
Man,
we have figured
no.
out the final quirk, the ending, and what Bakugou's death means. So make sure to be final quirk, the ending, and what Bakugou's death means.
Alexa, play Alone Rod Wave.
Long Drives by Boy With You.
That's not what I said, bitch! I'm not gonna get over this, bro. Bro, ABD, you do bring some of the best anime content. I gotta keep it 1,000.
So, the seeds are set for the final chapter of My Hero.
Yes, they are.
The vision Endeavor foresaw with all the characters grown up as the #1 heroes. The first seed is Shigaraki and All For One. The fusion has created a demon lord. This brings the story full circle as All For One told his brother that he will become the demon lord from the comics they read as children. One that is a fan of the boys, my good old friend Butcher, he puts it like this.
With great power comes the absolute certainty that you'll turn into a right cunt.
The second seed is Deku having to save Shigaraki and fulfill the promise he made in chapter 405. He told Nana that he saw a crying child that wanted to be saved. Which chapter 361 highlighted once
Definitely.
again.
They did.
Shigaraki is drowned by the hands of manipulation. And lastly, the final seed is Bakugou's secret relationship to One For All and the second user. In chapter 362, it is shown that Bakugou's heart has exploded, or at least it's stopped. Whilst Bakugou is on death's door, we see
Stop with the memes! Stop with the memes, bro. You making me mad, ABD. I'm not gonna lie. This is not a game, ABD. Get off the 4-wheeler, my brother. He playing, bro. Stop playing, man.
Glimpses that he does indeed have a connection to One For All and its vestiges. This will shape how Deku unlocks the second quirk and uses it. As we all witness, Bakugou has gained a power rivaling One For All. His quirk has awakened as he now outspeeds Shigaraki, who is stated to be an equal to Prime All Might.
Bakugou, bro. He got this nigga upside down. That's how fast he moving, bro.
But this was all at the cost of burdening himself with too much power. His new power is an evolution of explosion, creating tiny spheres of sweat
all over his body,
spreading to his entire body when he first used it, causing pain everywhere. There is a reason Bakugou is pushing himself this hard, as it all links back to his relationship with Deku and One For All. And that is because
Bakugou is so deep, and like the way he acts, you can overlook a lot of the meaning behind the things he do. And then when he died, bro, and he had the All Might card in front of his face, like, oh my God, that pound. I ain't gonna lie, I had a rough night. Okay, I did. Alexa, play Alone Rod Wave.
Alone in the Universe. Original.
That's what I said. I've been thinking about it since I read the chapter, and I can't, bro. Like, I'm in pain, bro.
Is an ancestor of Bakugou. You're all probably wondering Why can Bakugou see All Might's vestige? The first reason is because Bakugou actually inherited One for All from Deku in the Heroes Rising movie. A lot of fans don't realize that the events that occurred were actually canon. Quirk factors of each of the previous users of One for All have merged with the core, and the vestiges are made up of their DNA. This refers to the collective physical and genetic traits that compose a person's quirk. Bakugou's DNA was instilled into the vestige world that the quirk created. However, he fell unconscious, and the will of the users wanted Deku to have One for All back. This is because One for All's true power can only be wielded by
somebody quirkless,
yeah,
because it's too strong now.
Secondly, Bakugou is the ancestor of the second user, so his quirk factor genetics is very similar to him. Bakugou can see All Might's vestige because in chapter 304, we learned that amongst all the past users of One for All Might was the only one who was able to imbue One for All with a true piece of his consciousness. So this explains how Bakugou is connected to the second user.
Wait, hold up, bro. Hold up, bro. I got it. Hold up, bro.
Then why is All for One shitting bricks and he's
confused? I'm confused right now, G.
Well, Bakugou dying thinks about how this way of fighting is just like how Deku fights. He acknowledges the fact that he is behind Deku and wonders if he will...
Stop, bro. Stop. When I was reading the chapter last night, I said it, bro. Bakugou remind me so much of a young me, bro. So much of a young me, bro. So much. That him dying, it breaks my heart, bro.
Ever reach his powers of being a shonen protagonist.
Better. Yeah. When P fans stand up.
At first looked upon All Might as a figure to measure his goals, but as he came to understand what he was lacking as a hero and what he needed to become number one, Deku became a beacon of light and a new goalpost for him. This moment really illustrates Bakugou's growth,
character
as
development.
Ever since he was little, he was pampered to think that he was the best, a golden child, like his mother Mitsuki mentioned. However, throughout his upbringing, Bakugou witnessed a quirkless pussy-ass Deku crying all the time, who outwardly appeared so weak, acting brave and heroic. This angered Bakugou, as it triggered his inferiority complex. He knew he was gifted, but deep down he was lacking the ideals All Might possessed. One who was chosen by the hero he admired the most was Deku. This manifested as hate, where Bakugou from a friend turned into an enemy. He thought Deku was always
I know, bro. I literally know all of this, bro. Like, I know this, bro.
Sweat can symbolize a lot of things, everyone, whether that be hard work, focus, or intensity. But in Bakugou's case, it represents the pressure society puts on him as someone with talent, to constantly be ahead of everyone else and prove your superiority to not fall behind. We see this in Bakugou time and time again, and quite literally in the first war. He would fly faster than Deku on purpose, just to arrive in the battle against Shigaraki before him. However, the mistakes made from his hard-headed attitude caused him to experience pain that would make him self-reflect.
That would change, bro. That changed him.
Downfall in season 2, which makes him have an emotional outburst. He couldn't accept that he took down his idol. And similarly, now that Deku is ahead of him and is the new symbol of peace, he doesn't want to be the downfall of him. That's why he's pushing himself beyond his limits in chapter 362. He saw this quality in both Deku and All Might. Bakugou admits in chapter 362 that he is behind him, and it shows that he has learned to let go of his ego and previous mentality, to always be on top and learning.
This is why it hurts so much that he died.
Strong. He even mentions this to the next generation of kids in chapter 166.
Bro, this is my favorite. Not my favorite. One of my favorite Bakugou moments. And the reason it hurt that he died, because I wanted to see an adult Bakugou so freaking bad.
Telling them to learn from your mistakes.
If you keep looking down
on others.
You'll never notice it.
Bakugo embracing his weaknesses is the same as the first user of One for All, embracing his in the past and realizing that he actually needs help to take down his brother. No one is perfect and everyone is flawed.
Nobody.
With the friendship, the flashback of chapter 284, Bakugo opened up to All Might out of all people to explain how he feels for Deku and why he is so hard on him. He actually loves Deku like a brother
Like
and
a
figured
brother,
out
bro.
that he was just insecure. And to atone for his sins and past behavior towards him, Bakugo will do whatever it takes to help him. This is personified in chapter 362. Bakugo, before putting his life on the line, thinks back to Deku, this time on a first name basis.
Like,
respecting
right,
him.
Izuku?
Right, Izuku?
Right, Izuku?
Is able to put everyone on edge, making him think back to the second user of One for All. This is Horikoshi's way of foreshadowing Bakugo and the second user's relationship. The second user was the one who pushed the first user, Yoichi, to fight his evil brother.
bro.
He never gave up and held the hand of Yoichi when he was in the greatest of despair and hopelessness. This action was paralleled by Bakugo in chapter 322, being the person to break Deku's despair and catch him in his greatest needs, leading the group to save him. This all comes full circle, as the second user is the reason One for All was created in the first place.
He really
His
is.
work combined with Yoichi's
Bro, think
quest
about it, bro. Without the second user, we have no One for All, because the second user, he literally pulled him out the cell to make him fight his brother, because he didn't have the nuts to do it himself.
birth it. The second user understands that inaction is not an option against All for One. He tells Deku he isn't doing the wrong thing by taking action and going rogue, but also understands that in his heart, Bakugo would come through and bring him back. That is how important Bakugo's relationship is to Deku and the final chapter of My Hero Academia, as without him, Deku would still stubbornly keep walking the lonely path. The other vestiges went through this lonely path as well and lost to All for One. They know it's wrong and it doesn't work anymore. The most recent being Nana Shimura, proving that. She isolated her family and ditched them
She
to
sure
take on
did,
All for One
bro.
on her own. But that's what continued the cycle of failure, manipulation, and
Yup.
also her grandson going down the wrong path. In
Yup.
the end, All for One has noticed that Bakugo is important to Deku, which is why he wants to murder him. It all equates to breaking Deku's will. Bakugo at his deathbed communicates with All Might due to the eternal conflict he was struggling through. He missed his chance to ask All Might on the one thing he dreamt
Stop.
of since he was a little boy.
The
which was
autograph.
for All Might to sign his card that he got in his childhood with Izuku Midoriya. This moment signifies not only the innocence within Bakugo, but also the good times he had with Deku as kids, before he let his ego ruin their friendship. From chapter 284, we can see that Bakugo may not be able to have the conversation he wanted, as All Might prompted him to tell Deku that he was sorry about his actions.
Alright, so now that we've cleared
Bro.
up everybody's confusion,
Nah,
let's talk
man.
about
I'm
what
not-
the
I
second
wasn't-
user's quirk is.
Bro, I wasn't confused. I just wanted to see an adult Bakugo, bro. The character development, bro. Bakugo got one of the best character developments ever, bro. I don't care what nobody say, bro. I will say I feel better. They gave my nigga his respect. I'm hurt, bro. I don't even know what to say. Like, comment down below one of your favorite anime characters that died. When Sasuke dies, it's gonna be worse, cause his death flags are crazy. I gotta make a video on that, bro. Keep an eye out for that. RP Bakugo. I think and I love you made it to this point. I'm gonna catch y'all in that video, man. Yeah. RP my nigga.